In today's episode, we are going to talk about how social media is rewiring your brain. This topic is particularly important right now when many of us are feeling more overwhelmed than ever with the amount of stimulation from our devices. The truth is that these apps are designed to be addictive, and they do so by hijacking our reward system. I recently finished reading a book called Dopamine Nation by Dr. Anna Lemke. In it, she explains how these companies are profiting off of our addiction and what we can do in order to regain control over our lives. Let's get into it. The human brain evolved to seek pleasure and avoid pain. We all have a reward system deep in our midbrain that lights up whenever we eat something delicious or spend quality time with our loved ones. When this reward system gets activated, it releases a neurotransmitter called dopamine, which makes us feel good and encourages us to repeat those behaviors. But there's a catch. This same reward system can also become activated by artificial sources such as video games and social media. These apps are like virtual slot machines that keep you coming back for more. The more that we use them, the more that our brains become rewired to crave instant gratification instead of working towards long-term goals. Anna Lemke is a Stanford University professor and a psychiatrist who specializes in addiction. She became interested in this topic after seeing how many of her patients were addicted to things like video games and pornography. She noticed that these addictions were causing problems in their relationships, work, and overall well-being. So she decided to investigate why these things are so addictive and what we can do in order to stop craving instant gratification. In her book, Dopamine Nation, she explains that video games and social media are designed to abuse our reward system by giving us small doses of dopamine over and over again. For example, every time that you check your phone and see a notification, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine. If you go on Instagram, you might get a little dopamine hit every time that you see a like or a comment on your post. This keeps you engaged and wanting more. Over time, this abuse of the reward system causes changes in our brain chemistry that make it harder to delay gratification. In the past, humans had to wait until the next day in order to watch the next episode of their favorite TV show. Now we can binge watch entire series at the click of a button. It is no wonder that our brains are having trouble delaying gratification when faced with all of these choices. One of the main reasons why social media is so hard to stop using is because it triggers our reward system constantly. Every time that you open up the app, you're met with a new feed of content that's specifically tailored to keep you engaged. The algorithms are designed to know exactly what you want to see and when you want to see it. This means that you're always just one swipe away from getting another hit of dopamine. Another reason why social media is so hard to quit is because of the fear of missing out. FOMO is a real phenomenon that can make it feel like you need to be constantly connected in order to stay in the loop. You might think that you're in control when you pick up your phone, but the truth is that you're really at the mercy of the algorithms. The constant stream of content is designed to keep you engaged and addicted. And it can be hard to break free from that cycle once you've been sucked in. So what can we do in order to regain control over our lives? Here are some tips. 1. Understand the science behind addiction. The first step to overcoming any addiction is understanding how it works. By learning about the science behind addiction, you can start to see how these apps are designed to abuse your reward system and keep you addicted. One way to do this is to read books like Dopamine Nation by Dr. Anna Lemke. Another way is to watch documentaries like The Social Dilemma on Netflix. 2. Be aware of your triggers. Once you understand how these apps work, you can start to pay attention to your triggers. What makes you reach for your phone? Are you bored, sad, or lonely? Understanding your triggers will help you to be more mindful when you're using social media. You'll be able to recognize when you're using it to numb those feelings instead of actually addressing them. 3. Take breaks. One of the best ways to break an addiction is to take a break from the app. This can be hard at first, but it gets easier with time. Start by taking a few minutes each day to log off and see how you feel. You might find that you're more focused, productive, and overall happier. One way to make this easier is to set boundaries for yourself. Decide in advance how much time you are going to spend on social media each day and stick to it. You can also delete the apps from your phone and only allow yourself to use them on your computer. This will make it less likely that you'll check them mindlessly. No. 4. Find other activities to replace social media. Social media can be a great way to connect with friends and family and stay up to date on current events. However, it's important to find other activities to replace social media when you're taking a break. This could be anything from reading to going for a walk to spending time with loved ones. Finding other things to do will help you to break the cycle of addiction and live a more balanced life. Number 5. Don't go cold turkey. Quitting social media cold turkey can be difficult, and it may not work for everyone. Instead, try to gradually reduce your usage. Start by cutting out one app at a time. For example, if you decide to cut back on Instagram, try deleting it from your phone for a week. Then, add another app to the list each week until you've cut back on all of them. This approach will give you time to adjust to living without social media, and it'll help you to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Number 6. Reward yourself. When you reach a milestone, reward yourself. This could be anything from buying yourself a nice present to taking a break to do something that you enjoy. Rewarding yourself will help you to stay motivated and on track. 7. Be patient with yourself. Breaking an addiction takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself if you slip up, and don't beat yourself up over it. Just get back on track and keep moving forward. It's important to note that these tips might not work for everyone. Addiction is a complex issue, and what works for one person might not work for another. If you're struggling to break free from social media addiction, please reach out to a mental health professional for help. They can provide you with the support and guidance that you need in order to get better. I hope this video has been helpful. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.